Hi everyone, happy Monday and welcome back to our first day of our Spring 2 term. So hopefully we'll only have a few weeks of our lessons online and then you'll be back in the classroom again, but we'll have to see, but I hope so. My fingers are crossed that we'll all be back. And we're going to get started. Even if we are at home this term, we have so many exciting things to look forward to. And especially because this term is our term going into proper spring, the season of spring. So we know that there's lots of really fun activities we get to do. So let's get started. So you can see on my screen today that I have some pictures that I'm sure you're very familiar with because we've already done some fantastic writing around this text. And today we're going to be exploring vocabulary in our new text. So last term we read The Tiger Who Came to Tea. This term we're going to be reading, you got it, The Gruffalo, which is a great book and we already know the story. So it will make it even easier for us to focus on our reading. So there's two important words that I want us to focus on today. The first is the setting, which means where the story takes place. So it's where and when does the story take place. And the second important word is characters. And I know you definitely know what characters are. That's right, the characters are who or what the story is about. So having a look at the pictures, can you tell me where does the story take place? What is the setting? So just pause the video and have a go at sharing that or writing it down. And then my second question is, who are the characters? So pause the video and have a go at answering who some of the characters are in the story. Okay, so like we've talked about before, characters are who is in the story, and they're the people or the creatures or the animals doing the action. So in the Gruffalo, there are many characters. We have a mouse, a Gruffalo, an owl, a fox, and a snake. Were you able to guess all those or remember all those? Well done. Give yourself a tick for every character that you remember. And the setting is where and when the story takes place. So the Gruffalo takes place in the woods. And we're going to guess that it takes place in the spring or the summertime, because if we look at the end pages, we can see that the trees still have leaves on them. So it's probably not the winter. It doesn't look like it's very cold out. It doesn't look like there's any snow. And we can see butterflies and flowers. So we know that it's either spring or summertime because that's when those things would be in the woods. All right, so we're going to get started reading the first two pages. I'm going to read them to you to start, but just like every single one of our reading lessons, it's really important that you go on Teams and you find the text that's a PDF so that you get your practice reading it. When we come back to school, I'm going to really know who's been practicing their reading at home because every single lesson helps us to improve our fluency. So it's really, really important that you're not just listening to me read the text and then going to answer the questions on the quiz. That wouldn't be our complete lesson. We need to make sure that we're listening to the text, we're practicing reading the text, and then we're going to answer our questions. So that's just a little reminder for you. And again, all the resources are on Teams in the exact same places where we had them last time. So, a mouse took a stroll through the deep dark wood. A fox saw the mouse, and the mouse looked good. Where are you going to, little brown mouse? Come and have lunch in my underground house. It's terribly kind of you, fox, but no, I'm going to have lunch with a Gruffalo. A Gruffalo? What's a Gruffalo? A Gruffalo? Why, didn't you know? He has terrible tusks and terrible claws and terrible teeth in his terrible jaws. Where are you meeting him? Here by these rocks. And his favorite food is roasted fox. Roasted fox? I'm off, Fox said. Goodbye, little mouse, and away he sped. Silly old fox, doesn't he know? There's no such thing as a Gruffalo. All right, so we've got our story started. This would be a good time for you to pause the video and go and get your PDFs of the text if it's because they're a little bit bigger, so it might be easier for you to read them than just looking on the video. And you should be spending about 10 minutes doing your practice of your reading. You can do this with an adult, you can do it with an older sibling, you can try and do it on your own. and just sound out or see if the pictures can be helpful. But you definitely need to have practice reading. So now would be the time to pause the text and go and practice. All right, so because we're moving into the spring term, our vocabulary lessons are going to look a little different than before. Before, we used to just see boxes with words in them and we had to draw a picture. Now we're going to be doing a bit more work around our vocabulary words. So down this side, I have 4 vocabulary words from the text today. So sped, stroll, roasted, and terrible. And the first activity we're going to do is match the word to its definition. So we have some choices on this side. So we have a nice slow walk, to move quickly, very extreme, usually bad, or a way of cooking something. So it's going to be our job to match those words to their definition. And there's going to be on the teams, you'll see the reading quiz, and that will allow you to do this all on the reading quiz as well. So if you want to pause the video and have a little guess, what does sped mean? Is it a nice slow walk, to move quickly, very bad or very extreme, or is it a way of cooking something? Goodbye, little mouse, and away he sped. Pause the video and make your guess. Welcome back. And if you guess that sped means to move very quickly, well done. Now let's look at stroll. So we've used this one to move very quickly, so we can't use it again. So it's either going to mean a nice slow walk, very extreme, usually bad, or a way of cooking something. So pause the video and make your guess. What do you think stroll means? If you need to go back and see in the text where that word appears and read the sentence, it might be a really good clue to help you understand. And if you guessed that stroll was a nice slow walk, the mouse was out for a little stroll, well done. I know we talked about stroll last time when we were writing our story for the Gruffalo, so you might even remember from before. All right, the next word is roasted. So is roasted very extreme, usually bad, or is it a way of cooking something? Pause the video and make your guess. And welcome back. If you guessed that roasted was a way of cooking something, well done. We love roasted. It's Sunday. I'm recording this video on a Sunday, and today is the day when lots of families in England will be eating lots of roasted food for a Sunday roast. And finally, we have our last word, which is terrible. And we can see that we only have one choice left. So terrible must mean very extreme, and it's usually very bad. Usually it means very bad. Fantastic. Good job matching the words to their definitions. All right, now we have some challenges for today. So our supported task, can you draw a picture to show the meaning of each of your new words? So again, back here we have our 4 words, sped, stroll, roasted, and terrible. Can you draw a little picture to show the meaning of each word? That's kind of our first challenge, our beginner challenge. Then our main task is, can you match the word to its definition? So just like we practiced before on the last slide, that's what we have for our quiz today. So when you go into Teams, you can take the reading quiz and you can match the word to its definition. That's our main task today. Our stretch challenge is, can you use each of those words in a new sentence? So not the sentence from the story. Could you use each of those words in a new sentence? And if you go onto Teams and choose our Monday resources, you'll not only find these slides and our text, but you'll also find some resources. So I've made some resources that if you have a printer or if you're looking for an example of how to maybe draw some of those challenges, they'll be on there as well to help you. So you're welcome to go to Teams to find any extra bits. So again, our main task is that quiz that will be on Teams. Go into Teams, take the quiz. But we have 2 extra challenges, which are the drawing the pictures and writing the sentence. And remember, the more we can do with new words, the better and easier it's going to be for us to remember our new words. So see if you can really challenge yourself today with some of those tasks. I can't wait to see what you come up with. And I will see you tomorrow where we'll do some retrieval with the Gruffalo. So happy reading today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.